study by the Ohio State University, and it found that we emotionally connect easier to fictional characters than real-life persons. So we invest in our pretend friends rather than pay interest to our real ones, our reflections. Read like chalk outlines of dreams deferred, and it sounds like misspent coins on wishing wells. So we imagine in career and sleepwalk through job applications and validate our lives by comparing it to those around us, but we alienate those around us, so we end up measuring ourselves by the people we see on TV screens using the remote to channel flip realities. This is as close as some of us will ever get to having control in our lives. We live in a world where technology displays the last vestiges of humanity in crisp high def. Sold our souls for the latest apps. We measure progression by the 0.0 versions we keep in our pockets, live lives as virtual tragedies. We say these eulogies over flat screen coffins. Death was never so sparkling in false religion, never more equipped for the YouTube generation. Desperation and pleas stigmata our hands. So we carry devices in our palms that can easily touch swipe our faith, carry holy water before the TSA takes it, never realizing we just got x-rayed with the mark of the beast. So rosaries are offered on Amazon for just one click. We scream in text with demon-possessed fingers because we can't find the right words to say in live conversation. So we create exorcisms that have us tweeting in different tongues because our friends on Facebook aren't as trustworthy as our followers. See, religion means respect for what's sacred. Our souls are sacred and our body is a temple. So let me breathe in metaphors and similes like Judgment Day is here and poets are in charge of who gets into heaven. I want a microphone to bookmark my sins, be the echo reminder. I've got a list of dreams left to fulfill. I want to look at life and fantasize in sonnets, tell symphony-like soliloquies. I want to read with Emily Dickinson. I want to feel Edgar Allan Poe scratching his hands through the floor of my conscience, exorcising me of trapped demons, devils, screaming while crumbling in the dust of Langston Hughes. So you get enthused in your soul, or that lump in your throat when you swallow the words of Pablo Neruda. Me gustas cuando calles porque estás como ausente. It's Allen Ginsberg howling anarchy so loud your teeth vibrate revolution. There's a reason why my steps on stage feel like footprints in the sand. This is a pilgrimage that'll change your life forever. So let bent halos and clipped wings remind us that we may have fallen from grace, but we are still angels with hymns for a voice. See, poetry is a religious experience, and all real life experiences are the notes in a song made of conviction. So ask me why I do this. Why I need 3 minutes and a lifetime of apathy, and I will tell you that we see the dead walking all around us, identified by Facebook timelines that read like tombstones, never realizing that Lazarus in his deepest sleep was awakened by words of passion. He was awakened by words. He resurrected by poetry.
And then, we were in makeup for like 3 hours, and I figured, hey, this is, shouldn't put makeup on your asshole. Welcome back to Sunday Morning Sessions. My name is Dremagix, your host for today. I'm here with this special guest, Joe Limer. Say hi to the one viewer at home.
Hi. No idea what just happened.
No, that's don't worry about it. That's gonna get cut. So Joe, you're a poetry slam champion. You're a spoken word artist. You're a college professor. So
yes.
this world of like spoken word slam is very kind of different from like normal. I wouldn't say normal, but the alternative type of poetry, right? It's So
we look at there's poetry which can be read, right, or spoken, and then a lot of the poetry is done at open mics.
Right.
Then you have slam, and slam is the competitive form of poetry.
It's very has its own kind of rhythm to it.
Yeah, it's to try to get to people's emotions. Right.
Cool. So how do you train for something like that? Because I would only imagine that's the poet version of like a prize fighter almost, right?
I got you.
Yeah.
So I try to tell students who are into it. There are 3 parts. The first part is writing an original piece, right? So writing to your truth. Yeah. Then the second part is memorizing it, and then the third part is performing it. Right. When you're ready to do something, memorize, perform, right? That's that prize fighting type of thing because it's going to be open to judging. And the last thing that people want to do is to throw their heart out there and get judged like a 2, right? Or 3 out of 10 points. So there's a lot of vulnerability, right?
So it was interesting because the last poetry slam we were at, I was there, and one of the judges Yeah, if you don't know, they pick the judges from the crowd, so it's like random.
Yeah, yeah.
Mostly. Just to be unbiased.
Completely democratic.
Right. So there's this one guy in the corner, and he was handing out tens like he just won the lottery, right?
Right.
Every piece, 10, 10, 10, 10, which is fine. And then this girl comes up, this woman comes up, and she does a piece about like how she doesn't need a man, and like it was like a very woman empowerment piece.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only like 9.8 I've seen him give out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, why did you? It's all right, cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of randomness because the judges are chosen, right, just out of the crowd.
Yeah.
One of the first things that we do, right, as competitive poets, is we try to figure out their story. Right. So one of the things that benefits me going through like law school, in political
it's like
science,
games
is
shit.
profiling.
Yeah,
right. So I do a bit of profiling. So it's like, that person looks like they just went through a breakup.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a breakup poem. Right.
Like they're really into being Asian.
Right. So I'm gonna
Yeah, and you bring out the. So when you set up, do you have like a piece for every kind of category or?
So for a lot of us
profile?
who've done poetry for a while, right? We call that having deep pockets, right? So I have like a jukebox in my head of poems,
Cool.
Which is to say I have deep pockets.
Right.
So when I see someone. When I see a poet before me who does an angry poem, and the angry poem gets a 10, like there's injustice in the world, right? Then I ask myself, can I do better? Can I do a better injustice poem than they can? And if I can,
you 180.
then I'm going to do it. If not, then I switch out
Right.
and think about something else that I might want to do. So I have change of pace poems. I have, yeah.
So if you were to have a meal with anyone,
Okay.
alive or dead, who would it be, and what would you feed them?
Anyone, alive or dead. Oh shit, that's a good one. Okay, it's okay. It's strange. And this is the first thing that came into my head was philosophy, because I teach political philosophy, and actually on my way up here, I was going over like my notes for Tuesday, but. It would be, I guess it would be like Socrates.
What would you feed him?
Would not feed him like poison or anything.
Right, no, yeah, but
obviously, because that would be like the way.
What experience would you get, like, because it's Socrates, right? So he's probably not had like Vietnamese fusion. Right?
Yeah, I'm guessing like nuts and berries would probably make him happy. I'm guessing. I don't know. Right.
Is that the play though? Is it the feed
food.
him what he would want, or give him a new experience?
I think he would actually be open to new experiences.
Yeah.
Right.
So in that case, what would you feed him for the new experience?
Right. Greek style.
Fitting.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be.
Right.
It would be like, yeah.
All right. Real quick before we end.
Oh no.
Mexican food better in San Diego or
Oh,
LA?
San Diego.
All right, this interview is
Stop
over.
it. San Diego.
All right.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
All right, where can everyone? It's controversial. That's what we call clickbait.
California burrito changed my world. Changed my entire world. I have a
This
poem
is
about,
still California,
I
Joe.
got a poem about that. No, but the way you say,
Where can people find you on the internet or in real life?
You can just Facebook me, Joe. Like, people are getting angry all of a sudden. I see the pitchfork.
Yeah.
Joe, Joe, Limer, Lim is in mouse, ER on Facebook. That's it.
Cool.
It's all good.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
You at home, you know who you are. You're right there in the. Bye.
So if we rape and murder, and we call that democracy, why don't we have a slave-holding institution and call that public education? If man is defined by their dreams, what does it mean when graduates sell 2/5 of their humanity to the cashier and accounts payable, leaving 3/5 of a person? See, I've seen students shackled by credit hours, careers hung festering by the academic calendar. These schools, they get fatter when they build empty classrooms off the over trillions in dollars in debt and $35,000 per student per year in loans. When we sacrifice free thought for profit, 40 acres and a mule becomes as much an illusory reparation as career counseling. There is an irony. Our teaching degrees call us master. See, I'm a political science professor, but I'm also an invisible man behind enemy lines running underground ideas in dimly lit and cramped spaces. There is no space for food for thought, so teaching becomes an uphill battle. Mass-produced uselessness, I want to give fighting skills. I want to black market knowledge and hand it out like weapons. Nat Turner these students into intellectual insurrections, move us as blood brothers and sisters, cut us, and we drip the First Amendment veins. Eager for transfusion in dead and pop culture, no wonder we're fascinated with vampires. Our society is defined by our anemia. When the question, what do you want to be when you grow up, turns into a lottery ticket bought with the last dollar, we lose faith in education. So I find God within the creases of my degrees and speak from the pulpit with so much fire in my tongue that students raise hands to heaven like they're lifting spirits from the dead. Dear school districts, administrators, and college presidents, slavery is no longer legal in the world, yet currently we have more slaves than we've ever had in history. We've become a fast food conveyor belt of Wikipedia knowledge, meaning we write papers, but we say absolutely nothing. Empty calorie memorization. Our students become numbers over 7 billion served, and I'm no longer hungry, so ask me. Ask me if I'm trying to advance a liberal agenda, and I will tell you I'm just trying to get students to think for themselves. Ask me if I do it for the money, and I will show you my paycheck and punch you in the throat. Ask me why I do this, and I will say, I just want to teach. See, maybe I'm not built for the business of education, but since when did it become a business? When the University of Phoenix proudly proclaims that they're not in it for that expand your mind bullshit, but instead want to fatten its wallet, we call that a successful educational policy. So, go ahead, you fugitive. Wear your college hoodie so we know who to return you to. Sing your fight songs and alma maters like spirituals without spirit. Dear school districts, administrators, and college presidents, what we need are more teachers who care about education, and what we want is none of your damn business.